Quartararo is going to have to dig very, very deep towards the end of this session. Otherwise, he's going to be in Q1. No question. He needs to find about 0.4 of a second, half of a second, just to get himself close to the top 10, let alone any further forward than that. At the moment, as it stands, Quartararo, as you can see on that graphic, P15. This is a little bit more like it. He's gone out on the new medium rear tyre. Let's just track him through this third sector now. He'll come in the dip now between turn 9 and 10. Aleix Espargaro's on a good lap, so is Morbidelli. This will be a real jolt in the arm, a big injection of confidence for Frankie Morbidelli, who's been lambasted somewhat for not just his performances so far this season, albeit just one weekend, but over the last 18 months or so, Frankie has really, really struggled.
Brad Binder up to 8th, that's a good effort.
Really good effort. Quartararo then over the line we come with him up 2 places to 13th. That's his best time of the weekend so far, a 1:39.387, but certainly not giving the likes of Bezzecchi, Viñales and Marini any kind of headaches. Aleix Espargaro starting to creep his way towards the front, starting to show his hand. We'll never forget the celebrations that were kicked off here 1 year ago when he won he won his first ever MotoGP race, the prettiest first in their history. Aleix Espargaro now back inside that top 2, 1:38.822.
Alex Marquez in 8th. Good job again, you know. Bears going faster again. Viñales, here comes the new tyres.
And at the moment, a quick glance at the timing screens, the top Japanese motorcycle in this depleted 18-rider lineup here in Argentina is Taka Nakagami in 11th place on the LCR Honda.
Well, Johan is really pushing there, fighting the bike, which is not like his normal riding style. He's super smooth.
Yeah, Viñales on course for P1. Bezzecchi's going to be very, very close to beating his 1:38.767. Not quite. I'm happy to see Johan Zarco a little bit more fighting fit. He sounded absolutely dreadful last weekend, didn't he, in Portimao? Said he'd been laid low with a real nasty bout of flu, so that 4th place was truly heroic from him, as Viñales does seize top spot back there, and it looks like we might be on course here for another factory Aprilia 1-2, because Aleix Espargaro, as you can see there with the 3 red sectors on his current lap, Viñales has it with just over 2 minutes of P2 remaining with a 1:38.680, but here comes Aleix Espargaro on the charge. Quartararo, it's another 2 spots gained by him, up to 12th, still not good enough. He's been immediately pushed back down to 13th. Look at this by Luca Marini as well. Aleix over the line now. P1 in the race here last year goes P1 in P2. 1:38.518. Luca Marini, something's gone wrong for him in the second sector. You can see there Marini's lost 5 seconds. I wonder if he's ran on at the end of the back straight in the tricky braking zone for turn 5. But Aleix Espargaro back in love with Argentina.
Yeah, and he's in the gravel in turn 1. Probably got the lap in and just couldn't get it stopped. Interesting, Matt, is, you know, the Aprilias are on top, you know, 1st and 2nd, and their bikes haven't changed. They're still using like a base setting I recognise, and both very similar to each other. So Aprilia, it shows, got a very good base setting, and they're obviously figured out electronics. Impressive. Aprilia
1st and 2nd this morning. The roles reversed this afternoon with Aleix Espargaro leading this man Maverick Viñales. My heart goes out to Crypto Data RNF and Miguel Oliveira to not be here, to be sidelined through no fault of your own after the Marquez contact on Sunday, and to see the bike that you be on, albeit last year's, which we know was a strong package around here. Miguel Oliveira must be absolutely devastated. He'll be watching this through his fingers, won't he? Back on board with Quartararo then. The clock's ticking down here for the Frenchman. 30 seconds and a little bit more remaining. At the moment, nothing going, nothing happening. P nowhere for Quartararo as it stands at the moment. He's still nearly 3/4 of a second away from Aleix Espargaro's best pace. He's going to get one more crack at this, but I wonder how much more life he's got in that rear tyre.
And his teammate is ahead of him, so that's even a more bitter pill to swallow.
Yeah, absolutely. More humble pie for Fabio Quartararo. Joan Mir's made some progress, credit to him. He's just gone up into 12th place with a 1:39.237 because he's been anchored at the back of the pack throughout this opening day here. Checkered flag I can see out of our commentary box now is waving. You can see the clock has ticked down to 0. One Frenchman struggling, one Frenchman flying at the moment. Johan Zarco may be trying to inflict some late heartache here on Aprilia. It won't matter too much because Aleix Espargaro and Maverick Viñales are going to be safely and comfortably directly into Q2. Quartararo just pushing that Yamaha so hard
It's
on
the
the
short
front end.
one. It's the short one I saw of the two. So, you know, one long bike, one short bike.
Not happening, is it? He's already nearly 4 tenths down through the first 2 splits into turn number 7, where the long lap penalty loop is. Second gear, just under 100 kilometers an hour. There is your checkered flag. The lap time's gone away from Johann Zarco, but no great issue for him. He's certainly not got the headache of his compatriot Quartararo right now. Zarco, number 5, P5 for him, so that means he's going to be going straight into Q2. But what about this, man? It's all eyes on Quartararo. Forget it. He's only going to lose more time in this final sector. And can you believe it? It was arguably one of the worst Grand Prix of 2022 here in Termas last year for Fabio Quartararo. Completely handcuffed by the chronic lack of rear grip on the factory Yamaha. They've not been able to solve those issues in 2023, and Quartararo limps over the line in a bitterly frustrating 14th place. Nobody saw that coming. Aprilia domination in Argentina, no surprise. Great job by them. Aleix leads here on Friday with a 1:38.518. He'll take some stopping as he tries to make it back-to-back Grand Prix wins here in Argentina, and he'll be a big favourite as well for the sprint if he can find himself on the front row.